Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Your boy Willie Does Wrestling back at it again with a brand new video. And, shit. Here we go again. One of the most famous memes of all time. But in the life of good old CM Punk and the backstage issues in AEW, that meme has become a reality. For those of you who don't know, which I'm sure if you are like me who follow the wrestling community, you definitely know what I'm going to be talking about right now. At All In, All In, the most historic wrestling pay-per-view, or one of the most historic wrestling shows of all time, got overshadowed once again by a CM Punk issue. And if you haven't followed at All In, CM Punk and Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, got into issues backstage, which resulted in a altercation. And now both Jack Perry and CM Punk are now officially suspended. Absolute fucking nonsense, if you ask me. So we're going to look at an article, we're going to read it, and we're going to get some context behind this whole Jack Perry and CM Punk lore here today. I can't believe it, man. Like, if Punk, keeps doing this, he needs to go. I'm sorry, but it has to be. And there's been a lot of reports of stuff that happened to CM Punk at like All In and then afterwards and all this shit. One by WrestleMania.co.uk. There was one from today that CM Punk was apparently abandoned at Heathrow Airport by AEW. This was the first one. The ongoing saga between AEW and CM Punk has evolved even further. A new report from House of Wrestling has revealed that when Punk landed at Heathrow Airport for All In on Saturday morning, no one from AEW was waiting to greet him with a car service to take him to the hotel. Punk reportedly texted a number he was given by AEW for the driver, and it bounced back as an invalid number. Punk decided to buy a train ticket and find his own way to his hotel. In the process, he got lost trying to navigate London, and some fans had to help Punk on his way. This is very unprofessional from AEW and not exactly how they should be treating one of their top stars. This was Saturday, so this was completely before All In. Could have also added to Punk's frustration, but I do agree, very unprofessional by AEW to just abandon Punk and be like, oh no, your number is invalid. How the fuck does that make sense? So Punk had to find his own way to London. There's been a photo going around. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from my phone. Oh, you can, kind of a fan at the airport. Punk was taking a train. A lot of people thought that, the train story's not true. It is. A fan had to help him, and then here's this thing 3 hours ago from Fightful. CM Punk and Jack Perry suspended following AEW All In. We're going to read this, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on the matter. CM Punk and Jack Perry have been suspended. Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer first reported that CM Punk and Jack Perry were suspended following AEW All In and their respective roles in a backstage altercation that took place just before the event went live on pay-per-view. The incident remains under investigation, and it is unknown how long both men are suspended for. AEW is set to run 3 shows in Chicago, home of CM Punk, this week, including its AEW All Out pay-per-view on September 3rd. The story of the backstage altercation between Perry and Punk varies depending on who is giving their side. But the incident kicked off after Perry commented, "Real glass, cry me a river," during his match on the 0 Hour pre-show against Hook, referencing a previous incident with Punk. Perry was the last match on the pre-show, and Punk was the first match on the main show. The two exchanged words and a degree of physicality backstage. During the post-show media scrum, Tony Khan confirmed an incident occurred, but didn't mention names. Wow. That was absolutely insane. So yeah, if you don't know what happened, I think a couple of weeks ago there were reports that Jack Perry was planning on taking a spot with Real Glass, and CM Punk and a couple of others said, no, don't take a spot in Real Glass. It's very dangerous. It will fuck you up, kind of looking out for Jack Perry and his safety, which I do kind of agree with Punk. If you're not used to taking spots like that, don't. But I don't know. But Jack Perry then, took a spot on Real Glass, the glass of a limo, with Hook, gave him a little suplex, and then afterwards, or beforehand, I actually think, Jack Perry was like, yeah, Real Glass, cry me a river. And absolutely fucked up. Now, there have been a little bit of varying stories. A lot of people have said that that Jack Perry hit the first swing, CM Punk hit the first swing. A lot of people have said that CM Punk was choking out Jack Perry. And then yesterday, 13 hours ago, there were reports CM Punk allegedly told people he now hates this place because of his ongoing issues with AEW. Here's the thing. I said this on a podcast with my buddy John that we did 2 days ago, when this whole Punk and Jack Perry thing started coming out, that in a way, Jack Perry started this. He got in Punk's face afterwards, at least from what I've heard. And CM Punk, you talk shit, get hit. It's one of the first things that people say. This is one of the first times I ever really defend CM Punk, because in this specific situation, if you want to act like a fucking child, you'll get beat like a fucking child, right? And Jack Perry, I kind of think his ego got the better of him, and maybe CM Punk got sick of it. But we also got to address the elephant in the room, Tony Khan. There's so many instances in the 4 years that in the 4 years that AEW has existed, where there's been so many backstage fights, backstage altercations, and there's like almost no repercussions. Andrade El Idolo and Sammy Guevara, Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara, CM Punk and the Elite, and Jack Perry and Jack Perry and CM Punk being the main examples. And 9 times out of 10, they're just suspended for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and then they're back. And this is something that I think a lot of people have been saying, but this is something that I support. Tony Khan, no matter who started this, whether it was Punk, whether it was Perry, I can't speak today. Tony Khan needs to stop being a fucking pushover. I've said this on a live stream. Tony Khan seems like the kind of guy that'll be like, yes, sir, anything you want, when, you make them a shit ton of money. CM Punk is their moneymaker. Do I think CM Punk is going to be fired from this? Fuck no. I do not think CM Punk is getting fired from this. I think he's going to do exactly what happened last year. He'll be out for a couple of months. He'll come back. He'll come flashing the real world championship, and nothing changes. Jack Perry, I don't know what's going to happen to the fucking guy. Because apparently after this whole thing with All In happened, Jack Perry immediately got sent home. CM Punk stayed almost the entire show until he got kicked out as well. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. But one of the things that pisses me off the most is Tony Khan will just suck anybody's dick who makes him money. And he treats all of his wrestlers like friends and not employees, which, okay, you want to be the chill boss, you want to be the boss that, you know, everybody would be like, okay, you're a great guy, congrats, right? But also, you have to put your foot down, especially when all of your wrestlers, to quote CM Punk, act like fucking children. There's a difference, right, between being a pushover and being a boss. And if you want to be the CEO of the second biggest wrestling company today, who just had a historic fucking show that got overshadowed because two of your employees decided to have a fight over a glass spot, mind you, someone needs to be made an example. Fire one of them, fire both of them. Who gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, the more that Tony Khan just sits there and lets this shit happen, anybody can fight, anybody can duke it out backstage, anyone can cause drama, anyone can talk shit, especially on live TV, whether it's shoot promos, whether it's talking to the camera during matches, whether it's on social media. The more that Tony Khan lets this shit happen, the more that more wrestlers will sit there and think, okay, so if I do this exact same thing, no repercussions. You get a suspension? Cool. Tony Khan needs to stop being a friend and start being a fucking boss. Fire Jack Perry, fire CM Punk, who gives a fuck? Because CM Punk has only been back for 2 months. 2 months. He came back in June, it's August now, and he got in his shit again. If I were Tony Khan, I'd let him fucking go. Who gives a fuck about the money? You got a ton of stars. You got Omega. You got Moxley. You got Cassidy. You got Bryan. You got Hangman. You got Jay White. You got Miro. You got all these fucking people. You got Christian Cage. You got so many fucking people. You don't need CM Punk anymore. You don't. You got Samoa Joe. You got MJF, Adam Cole. You got one of the most stacked fucking rosters in wrestling history. The more that CM Punk is just going to have all these problems with people, the more that shit like this is going to happen. Tony Khan, whether he's playing favorites or just wants to be everybody's friend, this is fucked up. And I'm just sick and fucking tired of seeing all this shit, especially when it's always a historic show. Stuff like this happens. I don't know whose side I'm on. I don't even know because we don't really know anything. I said on John's podcast that I'm kind of on the side of CM Punk. I don't know now because we also got to address the fact that this is Punk's second defense and he's only been back for 2 months. And Jack Perry, egotistical fuck, got put in his place. And Tony Khan is a fucking pushover. So I think I'm going to blame all three people. I kind of put the blame on Tony Khan too. And I put the blame on both Perry and Punk. So whatever happens from this, I just really hope that the investigation gives us some good results. And I hope that these two have legitimate punishment. But I'm just so sick and tired of AEW having all this shit go on and all this shit. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know your thoughts on this situation, who you side with in this whole argument. Do you agree that Tony Khan is a pushover boss? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for over 1,000 subscribers. It means the absolute world to me. Keep supporting the content, please. Subscribe, like, turn post notifications on for new uploads daily, pretty much, or almost daily. And this has been your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.